So now that you have given me this opportunity, Mr. Das has already informed us the way IT department has braced up itself for this emerging new scenario of emerging technologies. As you very rightly said, that I'm very new to this department, 3 months old. But IT has been a continuous passion. I'm a science student, not an IT or not an engineer, but still interested. Interested because, as Mr. Swami said, there are so many ways in which you can bring about the change, and with growing redundancy in the organization, and with the less number of people around available for the works, it is the technology which is coming up as a helping hand. So when I joined WEBL, I really found an amazing opportunity to turn this prestigious organization. I'm so privileged to be here. As you all know, WEBL started its journey in 1974 as an electronic organization. Then it took over a giant leap in 2000 when IT came in its portfolio, and it started dealing as an IT company. And this is the next giant leap, which is towards the digital world. So I'm setting this context, and now the WEBL's role. I'll try and explain in a very simple way. Next slide. Yeah, so this is the strategy currently we are working towards. We aspire to be a digitally enabled state. Now the word, the industry uses the word digital more than IT. So that is our aspiration also. So the 4-pronged strategy which WEBL has taken up to brace up to this challenge is one. We are going to discuss here about the physical infrastructure which is there, which will help us to prepare the ecosystem for emerging technologies. Second is the network infrastructure, which will include connecting to improving connectivity and network infrastructure to the block level. As you know, that WEBL is the company which provides the support to the grassroots level in the state. It has the mandate, along with another of its initially a subsidiary, WTL, but now a sister company in the government. But we are majorly doing into that. Then we'd like to evolve as a skill hub. We would like not only to train ourselves, our people with these emerging technologies, but also the others. In the first case, the employees. And if you ask me, I'm more interested in enabling the children of the state, because I foresee them in 10 years to come as the change agent. So I would rather be interested in skilling them up. I really love the word you said, upskill and reskill. So I would like to upskill them, and I would like our employees, our state government officials to be reskilled. And of course, as Mr. Swami presented use cases, we will like to mention a few of our use cases. Yeah. So if you see regarding the physical infrastructure, we've got 200 acres of land for allotment, wherein this is Bengal Silicon Valley. It has come up in a very big way. Honorable CM has announced it. And we're very privileged to be associated with the big shots of the industries. This particular valley is going to encourage R&D, and it will serve as incubators for IT and IT industries, electronic sectors, telecommunication sectors also. Then WEBL also has got 2 EMCs at Falta and Noyahati, and there's one hardware park also, wherein the land is available readily for electronic manufacturing. I see this as a very good platform because COVID has, in a way, of course, it has affected mankind and humanity in a very bad way. But when you started the context, I think it was a blessing in disguise for the IT industry. So I would rather see whatever impact COVID has in the entire world, and the opinion which is being generated against a particular country, which has helped, the moving out of manufacturing sector from there. I see it as a very good opportunity for us to tap those resources, being in the Far East, and we would like to be the first one to capture on them. So just in time, we have got the EMCs and the hardware parks ready for them. Besides this, in a very the most amazing thing that I found about Webel is that we've got 18 IT parks across the state, which are present and ready to help the industry, the IT industries in every district. So we are trying to reach out to all the 23 districts which we have in the state, but as of now, we are there in 18 of the districts. 4 more IT parks are already about to be completed, and whichever districts are remaining, we are also contemplating. They are all in the process. But as of now, these 18 parks, I've been talking to my colleagues across the country, but I didn't find in any other country that the reach of IT department up to district level. So I'm very proud of that we have got infrastructure available at the district level. Now, regarding the network infrastructure, we have WebSwan, which provides the this wide area network across the 341 block offices, which is very, very secure. And this connection is available to all the government offices. And what more better opportunity than pandemic to, we've been able to connect, communicate, and do meetings, sitting in Nabano, sitting in the department, and we got connected to wherever we wanted. So this is something which is, again, a system which we are very proud of. And then we have a state data center, which is, again, very well equipped. And we are, of course, working towards improvising it. We go to the next slide. Now, apart from the infrastructures that we have, Webel is very proud that it is compliant. Compliances are very necessary, as Dr. Sharma was also mentioning. The cybersecurity is a big issue. So setting up standards is very, very important in today's scenario. So if you can see, the compliances that we have are very good level 3 in CMM1, and level 5 also for continuous improvement based on quantitative understanding. We are ISO certified also, whether it is environment management system or service management system or information security management system, quality management system. We are maintaining very high standards of compliances. Next. Now we come to what are the infrastructures which are available at Webel. Before I came to this place, I wasn't aware. And now I feel like, actually climbing up the rooftop and shouting out to the entire state that this is the infrastructure which is there. And as Mr. Roy said, I was really astonished to find such a state-of-art center of excellence which is there in the state, which is Webel Fujisoft Vara Center of Excellence. It's majestic. It's very well furnished. Very unfortunately, we couldn't launch it with the fanfare which it deserved because of the pandemic. But then, yes, it has got very exclusive training programs on on emerging technologies, cybersecurity, data analytics, and whatnot. And everything which you can think of in emerging technology is available. The series of training programs which are available. In fact, I would actually like all the dignitaries here, if you would like to avail those programs, you're most welcome. We also have a state-of-art 3D printing workshop inside the Center of Excellence at Fujisoft, which again provides very good 3D prints for the MSMEs, for the health sector. Dr. Swami, it was amazing to know that you showed a different aspect of the health sector, wherein you mentioned about the IoT devices. Here is another sector wherein we have been making, 3D prints of the organs itself. So they are available to the doctors to actually do advanced surgery and plan how to go about any operation. And this reduces their time, this reduces the mistakes that they would have actually done. So I think 3D technology, 3D printing comes across as a very wonderful emerging technology which is available now. Then we have a cybersecurity center of excellence with us, which again is a very state-of-art center of excellence. It is continuously honing the skills of the forces in the state. We have a tie-up with the West Bengal Police. We also plan to have a tie-up with Kolkata Police and all the agencies, CID and whatnot, to be able to provide them the best of the skills. Like Dr. Sharma was mentioning, I was really amazed because the data that he shared is actually alarming insofar as cyber security threats are concerned. And to my view, it was actually the financial gains. But I still cannot comprehend what would the attackers do with the as you said, 41% into just stealing the user information. So this is amazing, and people are actually going on and clicking on the links which are sent every day in the messages, and thereby being more and more vulnerable. So our Cybersecurity Center of Excellence also works on those issues. We have a wonderful animation academy, Webel Animation Academy, which again is a state-of-art kind of an academy which provides animation trainings, wherein all components of animation like 3D animation, VFX, sketching, acting, they have been able to create very good movies and which have been appreciated, and they have won awards. And it's like, most of the students which come out of the academy are straight away fished out and taken into the industry. So this is a wonderful institute that we have. I hope I'm not sounding very bragging about my own institute, but then that is the reality that I feel. Then we have an incubation center, Webel BCCIN Technology Incubation Center. It's again a wonderful facility, but incubation centers which are present at NASSCOM and Webel.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Now it's fine?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's fine. Yeah, thank you.
These incubation centers and startup warehouses have unfortunately been majorly hit by the pandemic, because the inability of these startups to come here and do their work has hit up. But I'm sure, since the things are warming up, so these incubation centers, which are very well equipped and very good places to do the incubation, I think they will be warming up to the people over here. In fact, I think I'd like to mobilize the Karma Bhoomi platform, to create awareness that people can now come. It is safe and sanitized. Yeah, next slide. This is the future that Webel envisages. As Mr. Das was telling our JS of the department, we've already got all these broadband policy passed by the cabinet, and it's a kind of a rainbow policy because it contains 7 to 8 very important policies of the state. One of them on the drone technology. So we are envisaging creation of a center for excellence for drone technology. We are also envisaging a center for excellence on AI and ML. Then we also are envisaging, because we perceive education as an integral part of skilling up the people right from the very beginning, so that people do not have to prepare their mind, because right from the very beginning, if you are conditioned that way, I would like the minds of the children being IT conditioned, so that they don't take it as a challenge that I have to learn this also. So for that matter, we are proposing a Webel Digital University, and to meet up with the latest challenges, we are also planning we are in a process of making a learning management system portal, wherein we plan to provide training online to the various institutions, because training has now become a continuous challenge for all of us. Since last 1 year, it has been very difficult to train people. So this is something that we are planning to do. And electronics always remains an integral part of the WEBL. The WEBL Mediatronics Limited, WML, a subsidiary company which has been merged with WEBL, continues to be the face of WEBL as electronic part of the WEBL. So WEBL R&D lab is going to be set up, wherein we again plan to use IoT devices and sensors, because Mr. Swami was telling about those hospital things. It was amazing. I've actually noted it down that we may actually, start doing something about it. But I would rather say that we also should think about sensors which can be used inside the boards, so that they can detect the temperature raises within the board, and short circuits can be detected well in time. So this is the upcoming infrastructure that WEBL is going to have. Next slide, please. Yeah. Now I come to the use cases of emerging technologies. So this is my way of showing that slowly and gradually we are also bracing up to meet the challenges of the emerging technology in this current scenario. So we've already implemented an AI-based CCTV monitoring system in Eco Park of Newtown. We already have in Newtown an AI-based attendance system at HIDCO, which has been done by us. Then there is an intelligent traffic management system, which has been done by us. This is smart city surveillance, again with the CCTV, which has been done by us. If you see, again, another CCTV surveillance for the CID that we have done, wherein we have tried to install CCTV cameras in all the police stations of West Bengal, 545 police stations of West Bengal being covered by WEBL for enabling them CCTV surveillance. Another aspect of emerging technology, which is drone. So the latest is that in the Ganga Sagar Mela of 2021, we from WEBL have done the drone surveillance, and which helped in the proper movement of the people, as well as trying to inform the control room about the movements in a particular way, so that no panic is created, because you all know and appreciate the magnitude of people who attend this Mela. In case of blockchain, we have done issuance of birth and death certificate at Newtown with the safe blockchain method, and we've also done a donation management system at the Vivek Tirtha, wherein we recorded every transaction on the blockchain, and this has been very well appreciated, and we've received a few awards on this also. We are also doing in other states. See, WEBL is not only implementing the technologies as well as projects within the state, but also outside the state. And if given opportunities, we would like to perform outside the country also. So this is an IoT-based application for emission detection, which has been done in the 6th district of Chhattisgarh. This is being being done by using sensors, and we've got a dashboard for real-time online monitoring. Then, like the list goes on, we have a smart card-based driving license. If you see the Internet of Things, IoT-based devices. Just now, we've also concluded the Swasthya Sathi smart card system, again based on the same parameters. We've got, in case of this is CID, we have supplied, installed, commissioned, and maintained the cyber forensic tools for the police training. This also we've been able to do. A very prestigious project for us was the CMO dashboard, wherein for all the government ongoing projects up to the level of block, we provided a dashboard which provides monitoring of the various schemes being implemented by the state. We've got data center implementation at Bihar School of Examination Board at Patna. We've also taken up a work for the data center and cloud-based disaster recovery system with the Department of Irrigation and Waterways. We've got the network integration for health and family welfare. And in case of various universities, including McCourt University, IIT Kharagpur, the list is endless because the time is limited, so I have to curtail the list. So another prestigious networking work that we are doing at Maulana Abul Kalam Azad University of Technology. Yes, next. These are few upcoming projects which WebL is about to implement. We've been offered the opportunity and we are working on it. Mr. Swami, you'll be very happy to know because you are mentioning about the face recognition system. So WebL is very proudly going to implement the face recognition system for Kolkata Police. We are also going to do AI-enabled smart traffic system for Kolkata Police. We are the state nodal agency for implementing the Nirbhaya project across the state. We are also going to connect, this LCMS project is a very beautiful way of connecting the courts with the correctional homes. So in order to do away with the need of, this Corona times, the pandemic times, to maintain the social distance and whatnot. So technology has come up as a connector. So LCMS is a wonderful way of connecting the courts with the correctional homes. And of course, to do the surveillance of the estates and property of Kolkata Police, we are also doing another CCTV project for armed police. Another interesting project that we are about to embark upon is the drone-based survey in Meghalaya. So this is going to be really challenging for us, but I'm sure we'll actually come up wonderfully in this challenge. Next. So how are we planning to adapt to the challenge? I think one of the fundamental things is, as you already said, is upskilling and reskilling. So that is one major thing that I think we would like to do in. But of course, in a strategic way, we would like to say that, the key performance indicator for every implementation of the use cases we'd like to formulate. And there'll be a data management framework for monitoring. We would, and we plan to evaluate wherever we have taken an initiative on emerging technologies, how far we have been able to achieve the goal which was conceived. Because most of the times what I have realized is most of us are actually, trying to meet up and trying to know an enemy or maybe a friend who's not known. So I think emerging technologies, that kind of a thing, everybody, none of us are an expert, but we are there and we are supposed to deliver. So everybody is trying to meet up the challenges, meet up the guidelines which are provided. So I think this is one place WebL would actually need the assistance of the private sectors, the real players who are more updated and who know more about the entire thing. So I think that would be a wonderful way. And of course, like the panelists suggested, we need to identify the potential sectors: health, disaster management, agriculture, transport, connectivity, communication. The list is endless for emerging technologies. Yeah, I actually also should have mentioned that, that's not mentioned there. It's a very interesting challenge that has come up for the ensuing state elections. So we are also going to connect the least connected or unconnected portions of the state using the satellite-based connectivity. So this is another thing that we are going to, this is another potential sector that we are trying to find out. And what we have done is WebL has gone in for for a structural transformation, because the existing verticals, the existing systems, you have to meet up with the new challenges, new times. So we've gone in for vertical restructuring of the organization, wherein we have created a dedicated vertical for emerging technologies, so that the officers are trained to meet up and to take up the challenges of these things. And we would like to establish collaborations with industry as well as the academia to keep on, continuously hone up our skills. So another thing is we are also collaborating with the technology partners. We have been in touch. The process which is laid down in government for us is empanelment. So we have been trying to locate wonderful technology partners who would be able to train us up, or who would be able to provide us or share with us the technology, the medium which Mr. Swami was saying. So in his case, he was saying that, from the startups, you develop a technology and you are buying it. So we are open to all the options. We can buy the technology, we can share the technology, we can actually do some R&D and make and refine the technology. So we are interested in whatever options are available. We are also available for doing public-private partnership, because what we have heard from Government of India is that private data center parks are also going to come up in India very soon. So I think WEBL would also brace up for that. So we are ready to enter into PPP mode also, so that the entire ecosystem is vibrant, ready, enabled, and may not be all qualified, but maybe all determined to embark upon that opportunity. And yes, training and capacity building is a continuous need. So we will keep on conducting the workshops. We'll in-house capacity building. We'll focus on partnering with the training providers. We have a separate vertical as WEBL Education, wherein I'm glad to share with all of you that we've got 124 franchisee centers across the state who have been imparting education. But yes, the new challenges to incorporate in their modules, the modules on emerging technology, so that the children are aware of it. And I'm very happy to share something more with you. I hope I'm not running out of time. So, so I've been talking to the school education department so that we can incorporate the courses on emerging technology in our education system also, so that the new generation does not get a shock of its life that what is emerging technology. So that's it. And since the Joint Secretary has already harped on the entire enabling environment relating to policies and also, I'm not going into that. Next. I hope it will be a thank you slide. Yes, it is. Thank you so much, all of you, for being such a patient listener. I hope I've been able to do justice to the entire plethora of works that WEBL has been trying to do and has been doing. Thank you very much, Mr. Roy.
Thank you, Ms. Pandey. It's a remarkable presentation. It's wonderful to know. I mean, we are all pleasantly surprised at the number of initiatives that WEBL has taken in this space of emerging technologies.